Hi everyone, it's Diane from Stamping with Diane in Innisfil, Ontario, and this is so exciting. We are launching the annual catalog for May 2023. This is going to last for one full year. It is now online. If you need a hard copy, excuse me, please let me know. Reach out to me and I can get you a hard copy of this catalog. So let's take a quick peek. Love the icons here. Take a look at them. It does make your searching a little bit easier. We also have our stamps and products divided into suites and our accessories plus more. So I just wanted to highlight a couple of things here, and I'm going to share some tips and tricks about how to get what you want on a budget. First of all, you might have heard Stampin' Up! Has done a color refresh. Look at this gorgeous palette of colors. This is what we now have available as our current base selection of colors. And Stampin' Up! Stays with the trends. So you will see the fashion industry, the decor industry kind of trending in the same kind of colors that we are working in. So we still have our kit collections. These are online. The selections changes pretty much monthly. There has been a brand new birthday card kit launched with this catalog. Our Paper Pumpkin subscription is still available in 1 month, 3 month, 6 month, and 12-month increments. Okay, and then we get into our catalog. So everything that you see here, these would be the stamps. They're generally speaking in actual size, and if it has kind of a highlighted area around it, then that means there is a coordinating die which will cut that out. The way you find that out is you look down below. It tells you your sentiment, that's your stamp set. It tells you there's 17 stamp sets. It also recommends the blocks that you will need. So our blocks come in various shapes and sizes. So if there was something long and narrow, you might need to purchase the long and narrow block. Then it also coordinates with the sentiment silhouette dies. So this is the information you want to be looking at before you order one of our stamp sets, just to make sure you have the blocks that you'll need. And if you have our die cut and emboss machine, if you're interested in the dies, then it tells you which ones will coordinate with it. All right, from here, I'd like to take you to our new in colors. But before I do, if you have these catalogs, they are no longer active, but I never throw mine away because there are some carryover items and of course still filled with great ideas and design ideas for you. So just know you can't order from them, but don't toss them. All right, here are our new in colors. Now these in colors are going to last for 2 years. So these are the 2023 to 2025 colors. So they are available with cardstock, with ink pads, with refills. This is what our refill bottles look like. This allows your ink pad to stay juicy for years. And our Stampin' Write markers. They also have the blends. I haven't ordered those just yet, but our blends look like this with a wide end and a narrow end, and they come in a 2-pack, so there's a light and a dark of each of those colors. So let me introduce you to Pebbled Path. Boho Blue. This is the one that if you don't have our mini cut and emboss machine, you may now order it in Boho Blue. Moody Mauve. This is becoming my favorite. Wild Wheat. This will be perfect for some nature stamping and cards. And this gorgeous Copper Clay. Okay, this Copper Clay is a really rich nature tone, and this is what they look like stamped. All right, Now, so our ink pads are basically the same as they have been. However, they now have an extra label on the back side. So there are 2 English labels. So one, I take that label off and I put it on the end of my stamp pad, because you must store your stamp pads flat. Do not ever store them upright, as they will drip, okay? And then inside, I haven't done these yet because I wanted to show you, there is a trough inside here. I traditionally have placed the blank one inside, which just helps when you've got a couple of stamp sets open. You can see what you've got. But I think now that we have 2 English ones, I'm going to put the second English one inside that trough. Okay, here's the designer series paper. So as well, we have a set of our 2023 to 2025 in color 6x6 designer series paper. So here are the new prints. We have these 2 prints, and then when I flip it over, whoops, I got an extra one here. Then we have a little bit more bold stripe and the tiny hearts. So I love this versatility. Sometimes their prints are all really tiny and sometimes they're all quite bold. So I think this is going to work really, really well. And these are the prints that you will see in all of our color sets for the future, for this year. So our neutrals, our brights, and our subtles will all come in these fun, versatile prints. Okay. Next thing I would like to show you are the Stampin' Right markers. These are the new in colors, and I'm going to compare this with one of my older markers, and you will see it is just slightly, there we go, if I go this way, if I'm holding this end, let's go wide end to wide end. If I'm holding them together, our new ones are slightly longer. Now, not to worry, they will still fit very nicely in our cases if you have our storage units. They have still the fine tip and the wide tip end. So let's take a look at what the difference is. If I pull off the fine tip end of the old traditional, you have the color showing, but the tip, the ink only comes out the very, very tip. The new design of our Stampin' Right markers still shows us I'm on the fine tip end. No color this time, but now the entire tip is colored. So let's just see what difference that makes. As I sign my name, very nicely, it writes smoothly the old. And let's see what the new looks like. You can even hear the difference, can't you? So it's just a little bit wider tip. It writes easier, excellent for journaling, excellent for scrapbooking and labeling in your projects. Now, the wide tip ends, basically the same. Okay, this is the old, this is the new, still the paintbrush tip. And you can still splatter with these, and you can color on your stamps with these. So let's talk for a minute. Here's tip number 1 on how to save money. All right, if we are going to want lots and lots of these new stamps, ink and paper, it might feel a little bit out of your budget. So one easy way to stay within a budget, sorry, I'm getting a stamp out at the same time here, is by purchasing your Stampin' Right markers first. They can be used instead of an ink pad. So I can use this brush tip end and color what I need to color. The bonus of this says celebrate. Hey, let's do this. I'm going to color with celebrate in one marker, and let's do it in another marker. So I'm using the brush tip end instead of the ink pad. Okay, there we go. And let's use a third color Let's use our boho blue. You can see the difference here. So it's going to say celebrate, 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 celebrate. And there are dots in between, so let's use the copper clay for these dots in between. And now I'm just going to use some warm breath because the first color I added, I'd put on a little bit before the last. Now I might not have this totally equal. Oh, and I forgot my mat underneath. I should have my piercing mat, which is handy right here. I just forgot it. There we go. So there we have a very interesting, easy way you can use your Stampin' Write markers, and it makes a little bit more variety. This would be kind of tricky to do with our ink pads, to put the 3 different colors in there. Now, what I'm using for this is the circle sayings. So let's put a celebrate, celebrate, celebrate. Let's put a cupcake. I think we have a cupcake we could pop in the middle of this one. And I'll show you how we can use the cupcake. Get my block. Let's use the cupcake. And this time I'll grab the mat underneath it. And we'll use an ink pad this time. So I'm using the wild wheat. Tap, tap, tap. Got good coverage there. These are the photopolymer stamp sets. And pop that into the center. How fun is that? So purchasing the Stampin' Write markers might be a more economical way to go rather than purchasing all of these at once, but I will show you another tip about how to get those. Now this Circle Sayings set is on page 17 of the catalog, and it coordinates with our brand new 2-inch punch. So let's slide this in here, line it up, and there we go. We now have a perfect punch. And look at all the varieties. We've got flowers, we've got seashells, we've got a wave and a sunset or a sunrise, and all of these beautiful sentiments. Page 17 in the catalog is the Circle Sayings set that has all of the stamps, 14 stamps, a B, C, and D block. So as long as you have a D block, you're good to go. And it comes with the punch if you want for a 10% savings. So the Circle Sayings bundle gets you the punch and the stamp set at 10% off. Okay, another money-saving tip. We do have gorgeous, gorgeous ribbons now available in the new In Colors. Lots of gorgeous ribbons in our new catalog. However, again, if you're working with a budget, use your Stampin' Write marker, use the wide end, and just choose one of our white ribbons. And here we go. You can turn the white ribbon into whatever color you would like, just by using the brush end of that marker. And it even goes right through to the other side. I just let it dry for not long, 30 seconds or so before I pick that up and tie my bow or put that on my card as an embellishment. So just purchasing some of our white ribbon, you can then turn that white ribbon into any color you wish using the Stampin' Write markers. My May host code is 7JXQAHY6. Do you have that memorized? And if you go to my online store, dianethatcher.stampinup.net, you will be able to access the kits in the online exclusives, a whole online exclusive section, plus all the items in the catalog. So please go ahead and place an order. If your order is under $200, I suggest you use the host code. And if it's over $200, I'd like you to earn the stamping rewards. So we've had a color refresh, and I want you to see these colors in person. Lemon Lolly. It is lemony fresh, not as bright as some of the yellows we had before, but a real lemon color. Next one, Bubble Bath. I am falling in love with this pink Bubble Bath, and I want to show you how it compares. This was my favorite pink before. This is the Blushing Bride. It's now gone, but look how the Bubble Bath is a much brighter pink, okay? So there's the Bubble Bath. Next one, Azure Afternoon. Gorgeous. Love this one. Bright without being too over the top. Our Fresh Freesia was an in color, and it stuck around. So this is a mauve, I would say. It's a very light in our purple family. Complements lovely. Lemon Lime Twist. Well named. Okay, this is a nice, I would say, green, and I was comparing it to the Parakeet Party. And hopefully you can see the difference here. The Parakeet Party is a little bit more green. The Lemon Lime Twist has more yellows in it. Okay, so sometimes just nice to see that comparison. Love this one. This is Lost Lagoon. Lost Lagoon. I think this is going to become a favorite. It kind of is replacing in my mind the Soft Succulent. I thought they were very similar, but when you compare them side by side, this is the Soft Succulent and this is the Lost Lagoon. So a little bit more blue in this green, but it will be lovely for all your foliage. Yeah, I'm going to be using this one a lot. Next one, this is the Pecan Pie. Very well named. Okay, and I'm seeing myself use this one for a lot of our trees, anything nature, and of course, many, many, many other things. So happy to see Misty Moonlight come back. So Misty Moonlight was around a couple years ago. Again, you can get the ink refills. I still have my ink pads, so I'll be all set with that one. Love this one, Berry Burst. Look at that, so bright and cheerful. We lost Rich Razzleberry and Mary Merlot. So again, let me just do a little comparison for you. Rich Razzleberry, Mary Merlot, and here's our lovely Berry Burst. Okay, so quite different. More pinks in this one. Love it, love it, love it. And two more we have now in our color palette, Blueberry Bushel. Again, it's a little bit deeper blue than our Pacific Point was, or is, sorry. Lovely blueberry, and I'm so happy to see Pretty Peacock come back. It left a couple years ago. I've only been a demonstrator for 3.5 years, so some of these demonstrators who've been around longer might have all of these colors still in their collection. Here it compares to Evening Evergreen. Evening Evergreen was the deep green that we had. It's gone, but we now have this gorgeous Pretty Peacock back. Okay, so I wanted you to see those colors in person. All right, I have another money-saving tip for you. If you go in our annual catalog to the color page, page 122 and 123, you will see our new in colors, the colors that we still have from last year, and our Brights collection, 10 colors, Neutral collection, 10 colors, Regal collection, 10 colors, and the Subtle collection, 10 colors. I love that they've put new and returning here, so it helps us. And some of these colors have just moved families. So as we turn the page, of course you can purchase cardstock, you can purchase the stamp pad, the ink refill, that's the little bottle, and the stamping blends, that's the 2-pack of markers for each of those colors. However, on the next page, If you are just building your collection, this might be the way to go. You can get 2 sheets of all 10 of the colors from each of these color families. So instead of purchasing 1 package for each color, you could get your assortment, decide which colors you use the most, and move forward from there. You can also purchase the ink pads that way. Excuse me, you get 10 ink pads, 1 of each color, but you save 10% if you purchase it as a bundle. This is page 125. The refill bottles, again, you get 10 bottles, but you get a 10% discount if you purchase them all together. And then these are the Stampin' Right markers, which I've spoken to you about and how they are an economical way to get started. Again, you can get a whole set of those. Here are those new in-core colors that I just showed you, the Lemon Lolly, the Azure Afternoon, the Pretty Peacocks, etc. Purchase 2 sheets of each of the colors. Why not see what you're using the most? $15 is going to give you 22 sheets of cardstock. Same thing here, we can get the 12 by 12. If you're a scrapbooker, you might like the 12 by 12 sheets. Here you can get the 11 ink pads and save 10%. And here you can get a full set of those new in core color Stampin' Right markers, the new and improved version of our markers, and you can get the whole set here by using this number. In colors as well, you can get a combination package of your 12 by 12, 10% discount if you order all 5 of the ink pads, and again, a set of those markers. So those markers are $5 each, and then you can see how they fit really nicely in our storage units with the ink pad and the marker beside. Okay, please hang on. I've got 2 more tips for you. First of all, I have used one of my punches, any punch will do, and I have punched a punch out of all of my cardstock colors. Now, feel free to label those colors. I pretty much know my colors, but it would be helpful to write the color name on there. And why do I do this? I keep this in this little tin, and then when I am designing a card, this is a fun way to pick the colors that I like the best. Pick out 2 or 3 colors that you like the look of together, or think about who you're designing the card for, or look at the back of your designer series paper and it will tell you which colors are being used. But I find this a lot of fun just to play with the colors that I have and be able to mix and match and see what I like. See how it goes together. So there's another little tip for you that I hope you find helpful. All right, my friends, the last suite I'd like to show you in the new catalog now is the Countryside Inn suite. I love blues, and I love how the Balmy Blue, the Returning Misty Moonlight, the brand new Boho Blue, and one of my all-time favorite, Night of Navy, how these coordinate together. So let me just show you this stunning suite. So it comes with a stamp set, which is actually 1 large stamp. 1 large stamp. So here you do want to make sure you have a block large enough to hold this. So you do need the F block to hold that one. So it stamps all of those images. However, then you can take your Countryside Corner dies and you can carefully layer these and actually cut them all out at once. Or you could layer, I'll show you from the catalog here, you could layer a double and have 2 rows, or the middle 2 rows, or the outer 2 rows, however you want to design that. I love the shape of the main image of this stamp. So much fun, and it shows you here the stamp and the dies, and it's going to give you a 10% savings if you purchase them together. So here's what I'm saying. You can use the middle size and get 2 of those layers stamped together. Here they've just done 1 layer in a different color on top of all of the big stamp. Here they've just die cut using our gorgeous paper, which I'm about to show you. I am a blue person, so I really love this paper. Look at how beautifully it goes with the boho blue ribbon. Okay, so this is 12 by 12 paper. You get 2 sheets of each of these designs. We've got little bunnies here. We've got birds on branches. We've got this. We have some foxes and some foliage and leaves. And then the back sides are a little bit more, less patterned, a different pattern. Okay. It's called Countryside Inn Suite. And I just love, oh, look at this one. I love how these papers are going to work together with all of these blues. And the last thing it comes with is a new embossing folder. So it's called the Countryside Blossoms Embossing Folder. I took the liberty of taking a piece of boho blue, running it through. It is not a 3D one, so no special plate required. And look at that. I can see me making some Mother's Day cards this week using this gorgeous suite of the Countryside Inn Suite, page 62 in the new catalog. Last thing to show you, friends, these are the in color dots, and of course they come in all 5 of the in colors. Pebbled Path is in here underneath. Now, if your wish list is too long, my friends, then please contemplate joining my team. Always the best special is paying $135 flat rate, no shipping, no tax in Ontario, and choosing $165 worth of product. So looking at all those new colors, looking at those markers, looking at the ink pads, looking at the ribbons, looking at the designer paper, it's not going to be hard to get over your $165. So for $165 worth of product, you would pay only $135 and become part of my team, which I call Something for You. So the back of this designer paper, as always, tells us the colors that it uses, so there's no guesswork required. All right, my friends, I hope you are inspired to take a look through your annual catalog. Look online, message me if you want a hard copy. I would be very happy to help you choose the products that are just right for you. And thanks for watching.